Believe it or not, but I'm on vacation. I ain't going back to work for a while, so
Nice.
it's not like I'm doing anything.
I'm not going back to work for a while either because I don't have a
Oh,
job.
man. I hope it works out. You say nursing school.
Yes.
I hope it works out.
Yes, me too. I hope I can start in April. That's the plan.
Okay.
So I like what you just said. I was telling you a piece of my equipment cost $300. What'd you say?
Oh, like I ain't seen $300 since I was a school teacher, since I started teaching. Like I tell my students, I've never seen $100 bill before. What are you talking about?
Oh, that's great.
Welcome to Bad Teacher Tales, real talk, stories, and advice for teachers and those who love them. Each episode, Scara and Sly bring you the good, the bad, and the what the hell of daily teacher life. These opinions aren't necessarily those of the hosts or Bad Teacher Tales. Some content may not be suitable for children. Ironic, I know. Listener discretion advised, with Scara and a special guest.
If you're wondering who I'm chatting with, this is Coach Duke. Please welcome him to Bad Teacher Tales. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, I'm
Appreciate
so
it.
glad we got to do this. I'm
Yes.
really glad to have, and we're super happy to have a male perspective here.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been a lot of us ladies chatting. Okay, so I would like to pose a question to you. And because we don't want to make Bad Teacher Tales nothing but negative, I do want to ask, what student has made the most impact on you or has changed your life in some way?
Okay, so I once had this student, and I knew he was coming to me because my wife and his mother were friends.
Okay.
They had known each other quite some time.
Did you know him?
I didn't know him. I knew he was coming, but I didn't know, like, I hadn't had a conversation or anything.
Got it.
With him, but I knew his name. I had talked to him before, but we hadn't had an at-length conversation.
Right.
And so what happened was I was a sixth grade teacher at the time, and he ended up being a student in my class.
Okay.
And, just normal year. I got to know him a little bit better, like I try to do all of my students, know him a little bit better, all of those things. And then what ended up happening was after that year, they ended up moving me to eighth grade.
Okay.
I become an eighth grade teacher. And so 2 years later, I end up having him again as a student. So, and like I say, normal year, everything went by smooth. We got to know each other a little bit better as we went on. So some years later, he had graduated high school, and then he had called me, and, he had got my numbers, moms and stuff are connected. And he said, hey, can I tell you a story? And I said, that's fine, go for it. So I got some free time. And
If you did the work to
Yes.
figure out how to get my phone number, I guess I have no choice at this point.
Yes, well, and like I say, his mom and my wife
No, I know.
were cool, yeah. And so he says that in fifth grade, they had did a Dads with Donuts like program at the elementary school. And he told me that he didn't know, that he knew he wasn't the only kid there without a dad, but it felt like it, that he was the only kid in the school who didn't have a dad that would show up for him. And I was like, oh, man, it's like I say, I'm already like getting emotional and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And so, sixth grade and then eighth grade, we had an event, and I had showed up to the event, just to kind of, and I do it for a lot of students, just kind of show up and show support to them. And he told me that was the first time he ever felt like he had a dad. So, and I was like, oh my God. I was like, and of course in my head, I'm like, that's why I do this. Mm-hmm. But like I say, ooh, man, that kind of, that ups the stakes for me too. Like, like I'm a positive influence, because at first I just kind of went with the flow, did my thing as a school teacher. But now it's like, hey, I want to watch what I say, watch what I do, because now I know I'm influencing these kids and in a positive light for him.
Yeah, and you never really know your impact unless they come back around and tell you.
Yes.
Right.
And another thing, so I always tease my wife, she's also a school teacher. I say, you know what? I want to be I coach sports, but I want to do PE all day. Like,
okay.
That's my running joke is they get paid the same amount that I do, and all I have to do is roll out of basketball. So that's always the running joke. And I'm like, I want to take that test, and I want to become, and I want to, do PE all day.
Yeah.
And my wife is always on me like, yeah, no, you're not doing that. I'm like, why? Why wouldn't you want me to be less stressed doing PE? And so, and can I tell multiple stories?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, this happened to me on another occasion where I was at the store and a mother came to me and said, "Hey, do you remember my daughter?" And I'm like, I had a lot of students. And I was like, well, what grade is she in? She said, well, she's a junior. I'm like, well, that's only 4 years ago. She said, no. She's a junior in college. And I'm like, oh, God, I'm old.
Okay, I'm going to have to stretch my brain for this one.
Yes. And she showed me a picture. She had gotten married and everything like that while she was in school. And I'm like, oh, my God, I'm old. But she had said that the daughter used to talk about me a lot. Same thing. I was like a father figure to her. And my wife was like, see, if you do PE, those girls need dads too. Mm-hmm. And you can't do that if you're a PE coach. You need to stay where you are. And, because
your
she's
wife
looking
is smart
out for the female students. And I'm like, but I want to roll out of basketball every day and sit in a chair with shorts on.
Right, with the comfy clothes.
Yes. And it's like, but she won't let me do that. So, that's, oh man, I know, like I say, over the years, as long as I've been teaching, I've had, a lot of stories that are like that. And that's why I could never give this job up, because it's the moment I feel to myself, I don't want to do this anymore. That always happens. I'll walk in the store and I'll get a story like that. And it's like, okay, I'll stick with it longer.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Thanks, the universe. Right. Well, okay. And that, that leads me to a question I was going to ask you later, but I'm going to ask now. This is why we need more males in education.
Yes.
Right? Because the impact you can make, like, as much as we, females are in education because we love the students and want to affect them in some way beyond just learn my subject, right? Is, we all feel good making that impact, them coming back around, the why we do this stories. But the male perspective, the things that the dad can bring to the table is just so much more immense. And my question then for you is, how do you think we could encourage other males to do this work?
Good question. The stories that I got from those students is what I was imagining before I became a school teacher. I think the only thing that's placed out there a lot of times are horror stories. So a lot of guys do shy away from it in that aspect. I don't know how we get more males. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm a male. I have a daughter. And I made sure that I always tried, and if there's a run-in between a male teacher and a female teacher, nothing against female teachers, but I'm placing her in the male class. All her favorite teachers have been males. The teachers that she come home and say, oh, this is my favorite teacher, Dad, they've always been male teachers. And I think that it's important, but I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know the formula to get more male teachers.
Well, and I think you did kind of answer that, right? It's the, you had some sort of exposure pre-teacher experience, right?
Yes.
That made you feel like, hey, I can make an impact. This, the Friends, Phoebe always says, like, there's no unselfish good deeds, right?
Yes. True,
if I do this, it makes me feel good too. So it's not unselfish, right? So I guess maybe we need to foster some of that, that love of human and wanting to do more for others, as well as, I don't know, I guess I feel like I've met so many different males that would make a positive impact on young people that don't have males in their lives. And I wonder what the difference is between you saw that as, hey, let me take my feeling and push that into other children's lives versus I'm going to go be a, scientist or doctor or whatever.
I will say this. So my dad actually my dad is, he's a warehouse factory worker guy, and he ended up working at the post office. But in between those jobs, he was spent maybe a year and a half, maybe 2 years as a school teacher. And there was 1 year where I had came back from college and I decided to do college at home. And, same old story. I didn't have a car. So I used to have to take him to work every morning so I can go out and look for a job and, and go get ready to get back in school and stuff. And I would pick him up. And his stories and his interactions with his students also was an influence to me. Like I say, he only did it 2 years like I say, he ended up at the post office because, he saw a post office paycheck and then he saw a teaching paycheck and was like, I think I'm gonna stick with the post office. And but just those 2 years, him telling those stories about those kids, and I would come up to the school and I would be picking them up, and he was elementary teacher, so they're even more, influence.
Impressionable, yeah.
And them kind of hanging off of him and stuff, like he couldn't even get in the car, and it's like, oh hey, and them tapping the car and stuff. I was like, really?
That looks fun.
Yes, I'm like, that does look fun to be admired like that.
Yes.
And I said that, man, like I say, it's no greater feeling in the world. Yes.
Yeah.
So I think that maybe if we showed more males what could come out of this, the admiration,
the influence and effect you can make.
Yes, maybe that would be a driving force, because I had and then it's funny because my mother would tease me. And she would say, you do know you used to say that when you was younger, you wanted to be a school teacher. I say, I remember that because of the off days.
Because of summer.
Because he was I was like, man, you just off all of this time and still getting paid. And he's like, yes, plus the admiration. So if we can show that more, then yes.
Okay. I like that. Yes. Well, thank you for being here today, Coach Duke.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
I've enjoyed this.
If you've enjoyed Coach Duke, we will have other episodes with him. As always, please subscribe, like, share, all the things, comment. It helps us. It costs you nothing but a moment of time, and we do appreciate it if you feel so inclined. Of course, I would love to pay overheads at this point, and you can just head on over to Patreon or Buzzsprout, and you can subscribe and give a monthly donation, a one-time thing. Everything is in your fee or in the show notes. And if you have enjoyed listening to some of these stories and it sparks you are a teacher and educator, and it sparks something in you, then feel free to share your story. That link will also be in the show notes. So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Thank you for joining today's episode of Bad Teacher Tales. If we made your day slightly better, or your job seems slightly less absurd, hit like, share, and subscribe. Your support keeps us caffeinated and somewhat functional. Want to share your story anonymously? The link in the notes is open 24/7, something your planning period can only dream of. Just kidding, those don't exist. Stories from all corners of education are welcome. Anyone who witnesses the madness and magic, we want your tales. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at @BadTeacherTales to drop your tales, memes, and coping strategies. Got suggestions, comments, questions, or topic ideas? Email us anytime at badteachertales@gmail.com. Unlike Teachers on Fridays, we actually read them. See you again soon. Try not to quit before then.